Hi there everybody, my name is Ali and today I'm going to do Sauna from HackTheBox, which is again an Active Directory machine, and this one will be long one because we'll be going to have a lot of enumeration. First of all, we will see a website where we will gather some usernames, then we will create a word list. After word list, we will do some AS-Rep Roastable Attack and we will find the hash of fsmith user, and then we will get logged in as fsmith. Then we will going to use winpeas to do some horizontal privilege escalation to find some credentials and log in with SVC Loan Manager user. And finally, from SVC Loan Manager user, we will jump over to root by utilizing bloodhound. Now there was no need to use bloodhound actually, but still again a lot of enumeration, so you can learn a lot of things. So that being said, let's jump in. I already have started my machine and my IP address is 10.10.10.175. So I will start off with the nmap scan, nmap-a for aggressive scan, -v for verbosity, and then the IP address of the target, which is 10.10.10.175. This can take some time to run, so I already have ran it. Looking at the results, we are having these ports open, which are common on our domain controller because there is port 88 open on line number 8. So starting off, we are having port 80, which is HTTP. The server running is Microsoft IIS HTTP 10.0, and we are having HTTP title of egotistical bank. Then we are having port 88, which is Kerbrute, and this confirms to me that this is a domain controller. Then I'm having some SMB ports, and there is LDAP port as well. I can also see the domain name, which is egotisticalbank.local. So first thing first, I will be going to start my enumeration with port 80. Normally I do with SMB, but whenever I see port 80, I always go to port 80, then move on to SMB. If I don't find any way in both of these, if I don't find anything interesting, I will jump over to 389, which is LDAP, and I will use LDAP search. And if I am unable to get anything from LDAP search, I will jump over to port 88 and I will use kerbrute to do user enum and find some usernames. So that's how my approach would be. So let's start directly with port 80. But before going over to port 80, I will copy the domain name and I will add it to my post file. So sublime etc post, and right over here I will do 10.10.10.175 and then the domain name, save, and that's all. So let's jump over to the website and let's see what is running on the website. So 10.10.10.175, and we can see a page we have, and if I just click on my webalizer shows nothing interesting. Windows server is over here, then I'm having IIS and nothing interesting really. So looks like to me a static page. If I do /index.html, yes, it is index.html, so looks like to me a static one. If I do PHP, it doesn't work. So this is a famous IIS error page. So I can scroll down and try to see if I am having. So again, as I told you a lot of times, that whenever I'm seeing I'm doing Active Directory, I always look for usernames. And again, this helps us a lot in OSCP and other certifications as well. And I can see right over here I'm having client 1, client 2, but I don't have any sort of name. So I will always look for about page, contact us page, or those sort of pages. So if I scroll up, yeah, there is about us, about.html. If I scroll down, and we do have some usernames over here, so Fergus Smith, Sean Coins, and so on. So first thing first, directly I do have a username enumeration over here. So I will make a file called users.txt and I will add users over here. Now I always do some manual username making skills as well. So if I just do this one, let's copy all of these one by one, and then I will show you what things I normally do. So paste, then this one, and then Hugo. The other thing, while I'm doing this one, because I will always keep my enumeration in the background, I will directly use kerbrute. So if I do kerbrute, and I think so I don't have it installed, so let me just quickly install it from GitHub. So if I do kerbrute GitHub, what I will be going to do is I will be going to run kerbrute against a domain controller, against kerbrute, which is port 88, and I will try to see whether I can find some usernames or no. So let's see. So I will go to the releases section over here, or there should be a command, but let's see. Yeah, kerbrute Linux AMD 64 downloaded successfully. Let's move it to my, so let's move it from my root downloads into my current working directory, and then I will make it executable from everywhere. So I think so it is a file. So if I perform a file operation on kerbrute, yeah, this is elf executable directly. So I will rename it first of all. So rename it to kerbrute change mode +x to make it executable, and then it is executable. So if I do /kerbrute, hit enter, it does work. So the first thing which I will do is I will move this kerbrute binary into my user bin. So what will happen is that user bin is in my path. So if I show you my path, so echo $path, you will see somewhere that yes, user bin is in my path. So now what if happens is that if I type in kerbrute without / in any directory, it doesn't need to be in my current working directory. So you can see it's not in my current working directory. So I do kerbrute and it goes into the path. It says that in user bin there is kerbrute present, hit enter, and it works. So a quick way to run a tool from anywhere by adding into the path. So normally in bug bounties I do this a lot. I just make my opd directory into the path, and I have all of my bug bounty tools in my opd directory, so I can run it directly. Okay, so let's run kerbrute, and if I see the help menu of kerbrute, I can see I need to do user enumeration. So if I do kerbrute user enum, and if I see the help menu of user enum, I can see I need to provide kerbrute user enum, then I need to give some flags, and at the end word list is mandatory. So let's try to find out some word list first. So locate seclist. I don't know if I have seclist installed, so grep -I for user names. Yeah, I don't have seclist installed onto my system right now. So let me just quickly do apt install seclist, and it can take a lot of time. So I will pause the video right over here, and once my seclist is installed, I'll come back and start directly from here. Okay, so my seclist now is installed. So if I just quickly do update db to update the database, so when I use locate command, it should work and try to find out the seclist. So update db done. Now if I do now locate, so locate seclist, and I want to grab for the word list whichever keyword of usernames in it. So it should show me now every username word list. Okay, so now the one which I can go for is, let's say Zato net 10 million usernames. So this one. So kerbrute user enum, then I will do the flags. So the flag which I am looking right over here is -d for the domain, and my domain is, if I see my nmap right over here, egotisticalbank.local, this is the domain. Then I need to provide, I can see --dc at the first as well. So let's give the dc ip, which is 10.10.175, and finally the word list. So the word list which I will going to use is this one, paste, hit enter now, and while it is running, let's do our thing which I was going. So this was what I was talking about. So now I have 5 usernames. Let's go and try to come over here, this one, and 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so now normally what I like to do is, while I'm doing, because these are not proper usernames, so I keep them as it is. Then what I do is I remove the spaces first of all. So if I just remove the spaces out of all of these users, so I will open a new sublime text, and I will just find and replace. So control H, find a space, replace it with empty. So copy these all and do it like this. The other thing which I normally do is I do the first name first letter and then the last name full. So first name first letter is F, then the last name full Smith, then S coins, then S driver, then B Taylor, and then H beer, and then S curve. So again, I just make these sort of manual things, and my word list now is much better, 18 words. The other thing which I can also do is I normally do a period sign as well with this one. Again, a very good trick. So if I do Control H, replace the space with a period, Control Alt Enter, copy these all. Now I do have a word list of 24 words. So while I am doing this one, okay, so kerbrute has found out that there is administrator user on this system. So I will run kerbrute again with my generated word list, my manual custom word list. So kerbrute again, and again I will copy this command from here. So kerbrute, everything, this one, and then the word list which I will do, users.txt, hit enter, and one of these worked over here. So again, custom word lists are very important in those sort of things. So let's see if fsmith can be found in this Zeto 10 million word list while kerbrute finds out something over here or no. But a quick win for us. So we have found fsmith user. So what I can do again is, I don't have his password. I can try password spring again with the same username and password. The other thing I can try is doing kerb roasting, AS-Rep roasting, because kerb roasting does require us some credentials. So let's try to do AS-Rep roasting, and I will do impacket dash, I think so it is get np users. If I see help menu of this one, Curious target domain for, yeah, do not require kerbrute pre-authentication. So let's try to see if this works over here with this user or no. So I will say the domain name, or let's do the domain name. Now I need to copy the domain name every time I see. So copy, paste, slash, the username is fsmith, and I think so. Let's see the help menu because I'm forgetting the command. Or I can try to do users file as well. Then I need to do dash k do. Okay, so let's execute our command. So first thing first, I don't have the password, so dash no dash pass. This is the one which I will do. The second one, which is DC IP, I need to give the DC IP. So DC dash IP is 10.10.10.175. Then what else I need to do? Request a TGT, exactly. So I need to request a TGT. So request over here as well, and let's hit enter. If it will ask me something, then I will try it. Oh, it does work. And here you can see fsmith is AS-Rep Roastable. So again, this is a misconfiguration over here. Again, in short, if I try to explain you what is AS-Rep Roastable, we are going to kerbrose domain controller. We are saying that, hey, I am fsmith, please give me my TGT, and kerbrose is just giving me the TGT back. It is not like checking whether I am already fsmith or no, whether I am the attacker, but actually I am the attacker, I am not fsmith, but that this is a misconfiguration. So again, let's start right over here. I will copy this, I will make a file called hash fsmith, paste the hash in, crack the hash using John. So John hash, and then the word list is user share word list rockq.txt, hit enter, and let's hope for the best that it cracks our hash. And there you go. After like 30 seconds, it cracked the hash, and the hash password is the strokes 23. So again, what I will do is, this is a very important tip which I always give to the people who are trying to go for OSCP, any other certification, that whenever you have found a password, don't directly try to log in with fsmith. Yes, hopefully it can work with fsmith user, exactly, but you have a password, try to spray the password on all usernames. A very important tip. Okay, so hopefully this is a very deep rabbit hole if you are doing some sort of certifications like OSCP. So I always recommend it, always do Crackmapexec SMB, then give the IP address 10.10.175, and then give the users file. Right now I will be giving fsmith user only. The user password I will be going to give is this one. So this is what I'm confirming first before that, can I log in with this user or password? If no, Crackmapexec will tell me directly. So I normally do on SMB and winrm protocol. So you can see on SMB on 445 I cannot log in directly. So I will try to change the protocol, and I will do winrm. And for winrm, I hope, or winrm or x3 RDP, I don't know exactly, you need to have a domain name specifically set in the host file. If you're not having the host file domain name, then it will never work. So you can see now I have a confirmation from Crackmapexec that, hey, you can log into winrm protocol using these credentials. So now I will directly log in. So I will do evil-winrm -i for IP address 10.10.10.175. The username is fsmith and the password is the strokes 23. Hit enter, and now I know that I should definitely get logged in. And there you go. So if I type in who am I am fsmith, and let's see if I can grab out the flag or no. So cd into desktop dir and type user.txt, and we do have the flag. So half of the machine is done. So let's start off with the privilege escalation. So I always go into C drive. I try to do who am I /all to see my information, my groups, my privileges. If there is anything interesting, I will directly take a look at it. Again, it's all about experience. Like, you cannot see whether you are having anything interesting, so I can directly see all of these groups. I can see right now nothing is interesting in these groups. The privileges, nothing interesting right now. And if I can see SC impersonate privilege, I can directly go for that one, but again, nothing interesting right over here. The other ones are that I can try to look for console history, and then there are a lot of things, but again I will do a little bit of automation right over here. I will just go to winpeas, upload winpeas, and run winpeas, and let's analyze the output of winpeas now. So I'll download winpeas 64-bit. If I try to see my architecture right over here, so it is system info, and system info is showing me that I am having access denied. Okay, so now what I'll be going to do is, let's go to my, I will download the 64-bit one, then let's try. So find the latest version of all the scripts and binaries on the release page. Let's open the release page, and right over here I will download winpeas x64.exe. This one looks fine. So what I will going to do is, oh, we do have some usernames. Oh, hsmith is also over here, then fsmith is also over here. So again, by both ways, my manual custom word list and by doing my automation of this one, utilizing seclist word list, both of these works very well. So I'll press Ctrl C right over here because I don't want to enumerate some more usernames. So let's move on, and let's move my root downloads winpeas into my current working directory. And again, evil-winrm has a very good feature of uploading files. So I will go into my users directory, I will go into fsmith, and I will simply do upload winpeas. I just press tab auto completion, and now winpeas is uploading successfully. Okay, so now my winpeas has been uploaded successfully right over here. So if I do dir, winpeas should be over here. So I will be going to run winpeas. So /winpeas x64.exe, and I will hit enter, and let's analyze the winpeas results, and let's see whether we get something interesting or no. So right over here I can see in the red color it says that it is a special privilege over an object. So I will be always looking for the red color right over here. So coming at the top, I can see some basics, user environment variables, system variables, but nothing interesting. Then I can say no AV is detected over here, no PowerShell history file here as well. Now if I scroll down, yes, so no PowerShell history, then enumerating PowerShell session, nothing. Drives over here, C drive is only available. Then I can see nothing interesting over here. Enumerate LSA settings, again nothing interesting. Then I'm having enumerating NTLM settings, nothing interesting. And winpeas, you can see on my right hand side that winpeas is running very huge. So right now what I will be going to do is, let's scroll down, and enumerating named pipes, nothing interesting. Then current user idle time, then there are some users, administrator, guest right over here, krbtgt. Then I'm having hsmith right over here as well, then fsmith as well, then svc loan mgr, and then I do have some auto login credentials, and we do have some credentials over here as well. So let me copy these credentials, and these are for svc loan manager. And right over here I am having a very deep rabbit hole, which is that you can see I am having the credentials for SVC loan manager and I do have the password over here. So but if I come back and if I see my winpeas output, if I move up a little bit, you can see that there is a user SVC loan mgr onto the system, not manager. So if I just clear my screen and I simply try to do NET users right over here, let's see. Yes, so you can see SVC loan when mgr is over here, not manager. So this means that this can be a very deep rabbit hole that people can try to log in as loan manager and not mgr. So what I will try to do is I will try to use evil-winrm and I will try to log in again. So evil-winrm -i 10 the IP address is, let me see, 175. So 175, the username is svc underscore loan mgr, the password is this one, hit enter and I do get logged in as svc loan manager. So now what I will be going to do is again the same thing. I will try wmi/all and try to see whether I'm having some interesting group or I'm having some interesting privilege. So let's see. So looking at the groups right over here, I cannot see any interesting group right over here, and looking at the privileges, I don't see any interesting privilege. So the next thing which I will do is I will be going to use bloodhound again, because bloodhound works a little bit easier by utilizing a graphical user interface. So I will go into my fsmith directory and I will upload bloodhound over here. So for that I need to have bloodhound into my current working directory, which I already have in my current working directory. So if I do ls right over here, you can see I do have shraphound. Just from my forest video, I have the shraphound in the same version which matches my bloodhound version as well. So I'll simply do upload shraphound.exe over here and it will start uploading successfully, and let's wait for it to upload. Okay, so while it is uploading, I will open a new terminal and I will start my bloodhound as well. So first of all, we need to start neo4j console, and once the neo4j console gets started, I will start out my bloodhound as well. So let's wait for it to start, and I will type bloodhound and I will just hit enter once it says it is started. Now, hit enter, and now bloodhound is started, and hopefully I should get authenticated automatically and I should see a white page. And now my bloodhound has been started. So let's come back and let's see where our shraphound is. It is uploaded successfully. So now I will simply do shraphound.exe and let's wait for shraphound.exe to run. And I made a mistake because I am in PowerShell./ in the beginning. Now enter, and if I do dir, let's see, dir, let's do dir now. Oh, it is fsmith. If I do dir now, permission denied. Who am I? Oh, I am loan manager, so I need to upload it somewhere else. I think so I need to upload in svc underscore loan manager. Okay, cd svc loan mgr, dir again. Okay, I am in fsmith directory. I don't know what's going wrong. So cd into svc underscore loan mgr, and now I will upload shraphound over here. And now my shraphound has been uploaded successfully. So now I will do dir, and there is shraphound.exe. So I will simply do shraphound.exe, hit enter, and now shraphound will collect every data of this machine, make a zip file and put it in my current working directory. So let's wait for it to complete, and then I will simply download that zip file, upload it to my bloodhound and see how it goes on. And now my shraphound is done collecting information. So if I do dir, you can see there is a zip file right over here. I will simply download this zip file, and now I will simply upload that zip file once it gets downloaded onto my system. So now if I do ls, there is a zip file. Let's go to bloodhound, upload data and go to my, let's say, home, HackTheBox, Sauna, and upload this zip file. And now it is uploading. So again, make sure your version of shraphound and bloodhound are same, otherwise you will get error uploading it. So right now my versions are same, so it's uploading successfully. And now my complete data has been uploaded, so I will simply go at the top left corner, click the hamburger, go at the bottom, and I will refresh the database stats. Then I will first of all search for the user which I already have compromised, which is svc_loan manager, and I will click that one. I will right click and I will say mark this user as owned. Then I will see reachable high value targets from this user, and we do get a graph. And right over here I do have a direct path, and I can see that SVC loan manager has DCsync rights on egotistical bank.local, which means that we do have DCsync rights, which means that I can dump the credentials. So I can right click this one, see the help menu, and right over here in Windows abuse, we can utilize mimigads and use lsdump DCsync. But in Linux, we can simply use impacket-secretsdump and get the complete credentials of the domain. So that's what I will be going to do right over here. So go into my terminal. I will do simply impacket-secretsdump. Then I will say, let's say the user was svc_loan mgr at 10.10.10.175. Hit enter and it will ask me for the password. I will simply copy this password, paste the password in, and let's hope for the best that it gives us all of the credentials of the domain. And once we get the credentials, I will simply get the administrator NTLM hash, use impacket-psexec, and get logged in. So now you can see I am having the administrator hash and all of the hashes. So now what I will be going to do is I will simply copy the NTLM hash of administrator, and I will use impacket-psexec, and I will say administrator. Let's do impacket-psexec administrator at 10.10.10.175 and give the hashes and paste the complete NTLM hash. If you don't want to put the complete NTLM hash, put a colon and put the last hash. That works as well. And hopefully I should get logged in as administrator, because I can see I have found writable admin share and so on. So hopefully I should get a shell right now. And now if I type in who am I do have anti-authority system shell. So now what I can do is I can go into my users administrator and I can grab the flag. So show users administrator desktop and type root.txt, and we do have the flag right over here. The other thing which we can also do is we can try to do the same thing. Let's say if in some cases impacket-psexec does not work, so we can try with impacket-smbexec. That works the same as well. So if I do impacket-smbexec, hit enter, and it should give you a semi-interactive shell as well, in which you can also grab the flag, you can do who am I, you can do ipconfig and those sort of things. So you can see who am I should be anti-authority system or administrator, whatever it is. And there is one more, that is a wmiexec. So again, if I do wmiexec, enter, and now you can see wmiexec does work as well. So if I type in who am I should get administrator or anti-authority system. So again, we can either use psexec, smbexec, or wmiexec, and we have solved this machine. So that was all about this video. I hope you will like it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.